My name is No Sleeves 12, and I have a pack problem. Oh my god, don't give me Daryl Sittler. Oh, costs more than the game. Oh my good god. Oh boys, this is hot news for week 3, and this is easily the biggest news week when it comes to hut so far. We've got a ton to talk about, whether it be the crazy insane legend pack that was dropped. I'm going to give my viewpoints and thoughts on that. Not good. We also have the new alumni, which is becoming a weekly thing, as well as team of the week, which got a little bit better than the previous one, and the new hut champs. So let's get right into it by seeing what I pulled from this ridiculous pack. Who said money can't buy happiness, right? Let's go. It's a cool 1 mil in coins at least, and I still hate myself. But at least I pulled Solani, who is a stud. And let's take a look at his card. So here is Solani, one of the 5 legends that you can pull from the legend pack. Over 97 speed, over 90 shot. Dude's a stud, but what else is new? Let's take a look and give you some more info on the pack and the other legends in it. So for any of you guys currently wondering how I was able to pull that card, EA released a new Legends pack that includes one of 5 legends in it. This thing costs $100 or 500,000 coins. It's ridiculous. I'm not a fan. A lot of the game changers aren't a fan, and the community is, kind of annoyed with it as well. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. So there are 5 that you can pull, and again, it is up on the market. It's only for the next 2 days. It ends on Sunday, so these legends are gone after that, which kind of makes these cards extremely limited and rare, obviously. But if you are, stupid enough, like myself, to pay for them, then, all the power to you, and hopefully you get Solani. So the next up is Adam Oates from the Boston Bruins. He's a 92 overall, so the second lowest of the 5 available. Speed's great though, all over 97, as well as his shot. It's a little bit weaker. The accuracy on slap shot and wrist shots under 90, but just barely 82. Still an extremely good card, obviously. Any of these legends are going to be in your lineup, no matter who you pull. It's just that Oates is technically the 4th as far as total overall is concerned. His synergies aren't anything special. But obviously you are going to use him. His face-off stat is 87, so he's fine to play at his actual position. So let's move on to the next guy. Next up is a 93 overall Ted Lindsay from the Detroit Red Wings. This guy is insanely fun to play with, it looks like. All 99 speed. His shot, though, his power is high, over 90s, but the accuracy is under 85, and he is only 5'8" and 163 pounds, so he is super small. Kind of think like Howie Morenz. But obviously with that kind of speed and the slap shot power and wrist shot power, it will be an interesting card to use if you can pull him. So he would be the second highest overall. Following Lindsay, also coming in at a 93, is the New York Rangers' Brian Leetch. This is a sick card and would be my second choice if you don't get Solani. He has over 90 speed on defense, but he also has an absolute hammer from the point. Slapshot accuracy and power, both over 94. So his accuracy from the point is a 97 with a slapshot and a 94 power. Like, this thing is going to be a cannon. And I think that's an easy way to get goals, considering point shots are still pretty effective in 19. He would be my second choice, absolutely. His defensive and offensive awareness is 99, and his body checking is 90. This would be a fantastic card to pack. And finally, from the Toronto Maple Leafs, you can also pull a 91 overall Daryl Sittler. This would be the one that you would feel terrible about spending $100 on. Not because he's a terrible card, but because you can make 91s and whatnot in the game. It just, compared to the other ones, it doesn't really come close. His speed is 92 overall, which is, fine. But again, when you're paying $100, this you would expect a beast. His shot, 89 accuracy, 92 slap shot power, 89 wrist shot accuracy, 91 wrist shot power. D-King's an 88. His face-off stats an 87. Like, this is just it's an extremely good card, and you're going to use it no matter what. There's no team out there that wouldn't use him. It's just that you would feel a little left out, and this is the one that you do not want to pull. So those are the Legend Pack cards. Again, not a huge fan. They did a number to fix the market at the beginning of this game by, making base cards lower values and then releasing alumni every week and putting a random 90 in the game. I think that's okay. 90 overall isn't really shattering things. What we wanted to avoid was, the 99s and whatnot before January. And I think that's still in play. It's just that you can't have rewards for hut champs and things like that be less than a card that you can just buy. I think that's not really correct way to do it, and I know a lot of people share that opinion as well. It is kind of nuts. The guys that grind the market and everything like that to make these legends that you upgrade via collectibles and whatnot, spend hours and hours and hours, or even, tons of money, and then they just drop this one pack that's like, okay, here's a 91 to 94 overall card, just here you go. I don't really think that was the best way to do it, but this is what we've got. I don't think it's going to shatter the market by any means. I think that they were just testing to see what this is like. There hasn't been a pack like this, this early in the game before. So, again, I think that they were just testing it out. Hopefully it's not a regular thing. And these cards are super rare. So once they're gone, I think, from my understanding. And, if you were able to get one or, you were able to spend the coins, I think that if you were to find either Leach, Lindsay, or Solani for under 500k, you instantly buy it. If you've packed one of these cards, do not sell it yet. Don't put it on the auction house. Wait, because once they're gone, their value goes up exponentially. If they don't release any other cards of this, magnitude for a while, they're still the best in the game, other than the ones that you just can't create, like the Howie Morenz 95 overall that costs, 4 billion coins. So I would hold on to them, and you're going to make a ton of money if you plan to sell in even a week or two. So don't sell them yet. And if you do see a Leach, Lindsay, Solani under 500k, instantly buy it, because you've guaranteed yourself one of the better cards, and with avoiding the possibility of getting Adam Oates or Daryl Sittler. So next up, want to discuss something that wasn't really mentioned online, but the hashtag #DoYourSets has gotten a kind of an upgrade. You can now re-roll for alumni cards. I haven't personally gotten any. This is the first one I've done, but you can actually re-roll for like a Yari Curry, things like that. So that does make your re-rolls a little bit better. I was actually getting concerned. If you've seen my team, you'll see it a little bit later. There's literally one card in the game that's a base card that I can put in my team now. That would be an upgrade technically. So I was starting to get a little worried about that for people that play this game way too much. You're going to have your rerolls just be completely useless outside of Sakic. But they did include alumni now, which I think is okay. My fear is that they're just destroying base card value so early when they did so well to start the game, because it isn't even October yet, and there's really not going to be any use for base cards on a lot of teams by the middle of November or the middle of October, because you can now re-roll for alumni. But again, it adds some value to them, so I do think that is a cool addition. So now let's get into the 5 alumni cards that were introduced this weekend. They are available until the weekend is over, so much like the previous 2 weeks. First up would be the New York Islanders' Clark Gillies, an 87 overall. One of the weaker 87s. He's too slow, and his shot doesn't really make up for it, with an accuracy of 84 and a power of 89, but his speed is all under 87. Great body checking, obviously, so if you want a dude that just goes out and crush, he is huge. So that is good, but outside of that, there isn't really anything special about this card for an 87 overall, and his synergies aren't anything special. He doesn't have BU, so I would avoid. Next up, Montreal Canadiens actually got 2 this week. So first would be an 85 overall Steve Shutt. Again, his speed's a little weak, much like all the other alumni. They're rather weak in the speed department, but this one actually makes up for it in his shot with an 88 overall accuracy and 87 power. It's not bad. His speed, though, is 84, so he's a slower guy, much like Gillies is. But his shot is at least half decent, so if you can get him for a decent price, it's not terrible. He's also, not insanely small at 5'11", 180, but you're not going to crush anyone with him either. So the other one they did get was a 90 overall Jacques Plante, so he is the 90 overall this week. His synergies aren't anything crazy. He doesn't have BU, but obviously this is a really cool card. Jacques Plant's dope, and 90 overall. There isn't any other goalies other than Marty Turco, really, and then the crazy legends that you can upgrade. But Jacques Plant would be a really cool card to pull. This week's low guy is the New Jersey Devils' Tommy Albelin. Someone you can just avoid. If you get him, cool, but there's no reason to go seek him out. Average shot, low speed, and just a local legend guy for any Devils fan. And lastly, Minnesota Wild alum Adam Hall. I really don't understand why Adam Hall is a Minnesota Wild guy. He played one season there. I couldn't find him for the life of me. I thought he was a Tampa Bay Lightning alum, but for whatever reason, he's with Minnesota. Same thing as the New Jersey guy. If you pack him, you pack him. If you don't, whatever. It's just a gimmick card that they threw in the game. So there's that. So, while Hut Champs this week is all about Gary Roberts if you place inside the top 20, next week is a 90 overall Henrik Zetterberg, who, if you can peep there, has a 96 overall speed that I can see, and, that's fantastic. Henrik Zetterberg would be an awesome card to get, so if you're a biggie, next week is definitely one you want to try for. It's going to be an extremely useful card. Any 90 overall is still, and it's dope that he got a card so early because with the unfortunate news of him having to retire. And next up, let's talk about the Week 2 Team of the Week, which actually brought some useful cards that we could use. There's an 85 Marchessault, 84 Horvat, and the 84 Ehlers that does have burner. So they did get their +2 upgrades already. The Nikolai Ehlers specifically would be a card that you want to go after. He has great speed and shot, and also obviously has the burner synergy. So outside of that, the only other card you could really use or that you want to try and spend your coins on would be Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He doesn't have burner or anything like that, but he's an 85 overall from his 83 base. The goalies you can just avoid. Antti Raanta 81, nothing special there. So Team of the Week's still pretty weak, but the season hasn't even started yet. So Marchessault, Horvat, or Ehlers would be decent, as well as Ekman-Larsson. And I'll give you guys an update on my team. So I did pack the Solani and got the Ray Ferraro from the September Collectibles. Ferraro specifically, Ray Ferrari, as he is more famously known on Reddit, is fantastic with the 99 speed and everything. I've loved it so far. I've got Linden, who I made, as well as Forsberg and Barrett Hull on my second line. Moving down to the third line is Ovechkin, Yari Curry at center, and Sidney Crosby. Obviously, my third line's pretty dope, but I'm still glad to at least have some base cards in my lineup. And then on the fourth line, I've got Wayne Gretzky, Theo Fleury from the Hut Challenge milestone, which took me forever, but hey, here we are. And then my favorite, Bob Probert. If you guys are going to make an 88 after Al Iafrate, make Bob Probert. He's just hilarious to use. He's got great speed, and he's gigantic. So on defense, I've got Carlson and Coffey. My right defense is pretty much set. I've got Al Iafrate and Drew Doughty, and then I made Ken Danico as well, and Subban. So I'm going to replace my lefties with the milestone guys like McInnes and Horton, as well as Teppo Numminen, who's the next card I'm working on. And then in net, I've got Billy Smith and Johnny Bauer. I'm just not focusing on the guys in net at all. I never worry about goalies. But Andy Moog is a guy that you get for doing all the Hut challenges, and I'll probably just use him as my backup. So just to give you guys a little heads up on the market with these legends, you pack Teemu Solani over $1 million. Like, it's easy mill. I don't know if you want to sell him because they are extremely limited. Like I said, these guys aren't coming back anytime soon from my understanding. It's just this weekend. So if you pack Solani, you have the best card in the game outside of the 99 Legends. So if you play Hut consistently, I know you want to upgrade your team, and you can obviously make a sick team with the mill that you get from him. I don't know if I would, though. Again, I'm just my own personal opinion. So the other legends are, I don't think they're going to tank the market as far as all the other legends. I think what you'll see is obviously the 90 overall Solani that was going for like 800k, that takes a big hit. It does have burner, I believe, but outside of that, obviously if you have him, you want to sell him as soon as possible. And like I mentioned earlier, if you have 500k and you see either Leach, Lindsay, or Solani for under 500k, buy him super quick, because after this weekend when they're gone, just supply and demand. When people can't rip packs to open them, obviously the demand just goes up. And if they don't release any other 91 to 94s in the next little while, a few weeks maybe, then they're obviously just going to hold their value. But as far as ruining the market, I don't really see it, because I don't see thousands of people opening them. They're $100, like, it's ridiculous. I obviously did it for the boys in science, but it's still a joke. But yeah, it didn't go over very well, and I hope it's not something that they continue. But it's not going to do too much damage because it is so expensive. But yeah, here we are. So something that I've been doing each week is just kind of going over gold collectibles and stuff like that. If you are not working towards Lemieux or Gretzky, just stop collecting them and doing legend upgrade sets. Just buy the player for an 88 overall. Some quick math: it costs 450k to make an 88, and the only thing you're gaining instead of buying the actual player is the 3 legend collectibles. But if you're not making them and you don't plan on making them, then just stop. If you make your gold collectible, sell it for around 30k. If you are looking at buying and flipping gold collectibles, anything under 27 is an instant buy and flip, because they do fluctuate. On the weekend, I do need to mention they're going to be cheaper. Obviously, just because more packs are open on the weekend. Throughout the week, obviously there's less games being played and less people as active. That's when you want to go and sell all of your collectibles again. It's just something I've noticed, and a tip to help you guys make some coins. So guys, that was a ton. I wasn't expecting the 5 legend pack to drop, but leave your feedback and whatnot in the comments below. Like I said, the community didn't really seem too receptive to it. I'm not, and a lot of the other game changers aren't. But we'll see what happens in the future. It's not going to break the market, but it doesn't help it. So guys, this was Hut News for week 3. I'm NoSleeves12, and I will see you guys next Friday. Have a good one.